Ready, July 3rd. I'm at step 4 of 5 in the quest to receive permanent Social Security disability. Yesterday they told me, with the help of my assistant helping me fill out the paperwork, I surpassed over 700 pages of applications. I got another big phone consult happening in 2 hours. Your prayers appreciated. Not out of the challenge completely yet, but light at the end of the tunnel. I have been told yesterday I had more than a 1 hour conversation with a rep who said, you are being awarded 2/3 of what your cost of living is. And you're going to be eligible to work for the other 1/3. You cannot exceed the other 1/3. So bear that in mind. There is going to be no, as I had heard through the grapevine, but it was inaccurate, that you're going to receive back pay from the time you lost your foot. Inaccurate. So the way it works now, maybe the rules have changed, is that 6 months from the time you submit the report, not the time of the accident. So the accident happened the beginning of the 3rd week of December, submitted at the time, 500 pages, then it became 540 pages. Then it became now slightly over 700 pages of paperwork applications to reach the threshold of where I am. The average person just gives up. A lot of that happens. But with God on my side, there was no quit in this guy. Which means I'm submitting still, I need your help, a GoFundMe page. I will keep you updated on when awards begin to trickle in. They say it can be anywhere from now until April of 2026. You can see the contents of the daily devotional of what I'm about to talk to you about. The focus will be on things that are perishable versus imperishable. All this quest for the temporary trappings of life, these pursuits of keeping up with the Joneses and the gravy trains and what have you, all of that amounts to a whole hill of beans. We may or may not be living the immortality right as we speak. If we're nearing, it does seem like it based on the news, the end of the beginning, as I like to call it. But that would mean that if the entourage of Christ, him and his the heavenly hosts and saints and the armada, the warring angels that did not rebel, if they're coming down, and we're going to see that touchdown. Remember first that the fake ones have to come, the imposters. Then comes the real. But if we live through all that, that means our immortality begins now. So focus on more, I should say, the things of the Lord, certainly. And we are given intel through popular forms of entertainment. Marvel, owned by Disney, is battling right now internal fighting amongst the people that are not happy with the way they're treated, the characters that they helped create. I'm talking about the actors. Then there's the creative divisions within Disney. Some good. Pixar, they created one of the closest representations of the biblical concept. The word does not appear in the scripture of rapture, but in the Bible, extraction. Not unlike what we recently were talking about with the right here, the major dental surgery, infections and extractions. But in Toy Story 3, the extraction of the toys from the burning cauldron. I'll be sure to include that as part of this here. But I want to bring to your attention that Marvel just created its most egregious, agenda-driven cartoon yet. It failed. It absolutely bombed. Don't miss that material. So it's not just the link that I send out with an image of scripture and a passage in the Bible. There's a whole magazine for you to pour through, copy, paste, share, forward it to others. When you do that, it's credited to you, not me, as having performed evangelism. This is a daily digital devotional magazine that goes out all over the world. Yeah. And it feeds you here. One of the concerns right now over the 4th of July weekend is that what I lost my foot over, it wasn't the diabetes that got to me. It was a flesh-eating bacteria. And they're warning people that flesh-eating bacteria is being detected on beaches and how many people are at the beach this weekend on the left coast. So be careful. Wash your feet. After being at the beach, if you have any cuts, make sure not to take chances, or you're going to go through the challenge that I just persevered through pretty much. Anyway, the award is going to be 2/3 of the income. It's not going to be available to me yet, but it should be anywhere between now and April of 2026. So I need your help still. Got to keep pressing forward. Pray feverishly. One challenge down, other challenges then pop up. I just got I don't even want to veer onto other little trivial things. I want to stick to the 4th of July warnings. There's warnings of cyber attack, warnings of an EMP explosion, warnings of the Shiite Muslims declared jihad against Donald Trump. There is an elevated threat. There's 270 million Shiites. And out of that, the radical ones, we don't know the exact number, but the terror cells are in the country. We have to be sharp. Please pray over that. Pray over 4547. Pray over the big, beautiful bill, the changes. We just talked about it. What it will pass, what won't pass. That wasn't scripted by me for the BBB. That was scripted for Gandalf of all things. Check out this swag. So I have the replica Moses stick that I'm using for my physical therapy. And I just bought the rubber that goes at the bottom of these things. Look how long this thing is. And I got the rubber up on the top as well. But that scene from Fellowship of the Ring, you shall not pass, telling the forces of evil. And I would declare that over American Beulah, fighting tooth and nail against the forces of American Babylon, the Babylonian demonic operatives. Here and no further, Balrog. And then also what will pass, what shall come to pass, right? And we were also meditating on, it's not in the Bible exactly, but in 2 Corinthians, something close to it. And the material is there for you to pour through on the magazine, that this too shall pass. Challenges, you have somebody backing you in the corner. He's Burgess Meredith to Rocky in a holy sense, constantly receiving equivalency. God speaks to us through modern day parabolic language, types and examples. Pay attention. So for now, signing off. Have yourself a good... I'm going to record my DVR. I record it annually to see the hot dog eating contest from Coney Island. Ciao for now.